Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I hope everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. Now, I do want to stress something real quick, as we are really kind of building up for the next big bull run to begin. Guys, we are going to see pullbacks along the way. And as we do look at Bitcoin right now, 54% dominance, that could drastically give us some great buying opportunities. One thing to really kind of note is don't be FOMOing in to the green. Make sure to buy the significant pullbacks if we do see them. Your bag should be packed. Listen, if you have been a long-term watcher of the channel, then your bag should already be packed on some incredible projects, including, of course, XRP. Listen, I understand that XRP is not doing a 100% gain, but we have seen some significant traction within the space, and I do think that XRP is poised for a major breakout. On the 24-hour span, we're still seeing altcoins having a nice run up in the market. Seems as though Dogecoin is trying to catch up with the rest of the market, but there has been some significant traction. QNT right now is the big one that has been on my watch list, as we are starting to have a big break over $110, which was significant resistance. This 110 to 112 area is pretty big. But again, we are starting to see things waking up in a big way. And I'm very excited about this because, listen, the trip is just starting. I mean, we aren't even in the bull run just yet. It has not fully started just yet. But if you have been in the space for the last year, well, your altcoins, they might be up a little bit. Maybe you're in Bitcoin, then you're up pretty significantly. For the most part, there has been some great moves made. But I do want to stress something real quick, as we are gearing up for ETFs and things like that. I seen this video get posted by Coach JV over on X. It is 6.5 minutes long, but I do have this at the 1.5x speed. If it is too fast, you guys are more than welcome to slow it down. I need to put it to the speed just to kind of shorten this video a little bit because I don't want to waste your guys' time. But this is Blackrock's Larry Fink talking about Bitcoin and crypto and how things changed, right? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because ETFs are now the hot topic. It's a major subject. We're going to address a few things after this video. I'm going to play it quick.
Something you disagree on?
Yes.
Bitcoin.
Oh,
I want. Well, you tell me. You tell us the things you disagree on.
Let's be clear. I don't spend any time thinking about Bitcoin. I was asked a question about Bitcoin and I responded, but I don't have a strong opinion on Bitcoin.
I heard you say you thought it was a.
I said it was I believe it is an index for money laundering.
Okay.
Have you developed a view on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? And what is BlackRock doing about them?
Well, I believe in blockchains. We're looking at many blockchains. We created provider Aladdin, which is really a blockchain between us and the clients.
But that's the underlying technology.
But it's a private blockchain, okay? But we believe we create more and more flow-through information by having all the different reference points of a transaction being systematized. That's good. Related to cryptocurrencies, I'm a big believer in the potential of what a cryptocurrency can do. You see huge opportunities in it, but what we're talking about today, it's really much more of a speculative, people are speculating on it, but most importantly, what I think about most of these cryptocurrencies, it just identifies how much money laundering there is being done in the world, how much people are trying to move currencies from one place to another. So I actually believe you're seeing the demand for it, but let's be clear, if we created a true global digital currency, I hate the word crypto, a digitized currency, then then you would not have money laundering anymore. You would have everything understood, everything would be flowing through, everything would be identified. You can see all the application, except I'm horrified on one point. How do we preserve the system from cyber problems? Because if the whole world is using this one network for financial transaction, it presents a lot of systemic risk.
Is it time yet for BlackRock to either trade in digital assets or digital virtual currencies, if you prefer, or to create a product for your clients?
We're not hearing any demand from any of our clients, other than maybe some speculative stuff. We're being asked that question, but it's more of like a venture capital type of interchange. But we're not hearing clients saying we want to use this as an asset class. No,
it's not an institutional thing yet.
It's far from that. As I said, it's much more of a speculative platform for Asia, and it's heavily used for money laundering.
Is it true that you're building out a cryptocurrency capability?
No. I mean, we're looking at it. As I said in the past, we We are very excited about blockchain technology. That's what we're looking at, even in the Aladdin universe, what we're trying to do there. So we're looking at blockchain technologies, and we're looking at all the
blockchain isn't crypto. Blockchain is just the underlying technology.
Well, that's the most important thing. Whether it is a cryptocurrency, we're studying them to see how they're performing. And it may be, it may be.
Don't your clients want crypto exposure?
No, I don't believe any client has sought out crypto exposure.
Really?
Yes.
But at some point they might. Do you need to be prepared?
I don't, at the moment, no.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Goldman Sachs is building out a cryptocurrency trading desk. Morgan Stanley is doing the same thing.
trading.
Morgan's doing the same thing.
Yes, because there's elements of people who are looking to trade it. I have not heard from any one client they're looking to buy a cryptocurrency at this time. When it becomes more legitimatized, when it has the true open nature of it, that you identify who the players are on both sides, that's when we'll probably look at it as an alternative to all currencies. But I have
right now you are where then? You are.
What do you mean?
Just studying it?
We're studying it. We're looking how they perform. We're looking at that type of data to understand it as we think about other products. But right now, I can tell you, worldwide, I have not heard from one client who said, I need to be in this.
John, in conversation with Central Bank Governor Mark Carney at the Council of Foreign Relations this morning, Larry Fink acknowledging that Bitcoin has caught the attention and the imagination of many people. It's still untested, pretty small relative to other markets, and he says it is seeing big giant moves every day, but it's a thin market. Can it evolve into something real, a global market? Fink said possibly. He also noted that having a digital currency has a real impact on the US dollar, making it less relevant, not for Americans, but international holders of dollar-based assets. He did also raise the question that I think many economists and executives are wrestling with. Does it change the need for the dollar as a reserve currency? In other words, John, are there other ways to efficiently transact overseas as well as here in the U.S.? Fink really joining a prominent number of high-profile voices, Melissa, in the past couple of weeks that are saying, yes, this move that we're seeing in Bitcoin and digital currencies in general, it is generating active discussion, and it's something that they're watching very closely.
Yep, Guggenheim, right? Paul Tudor Jones, Druckenmiller, the list goes on and on these days. Seema, thank you. Seema Modi.
It's like wishful thinking, isn't it? Isn't this what this is all about?
Well, I can't talk about the specifics of anything. I think it's just an example of the pent-up interest in crypto. And we are hearing from clients around the world about the need for crypto. I mean, when you think about, I think some of this rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
And again, there you guys have it. So this entire almost 7-minute long video, obviously it was cut in half, it shows you everything you need to know about the game being played here. They have manipulated retail since day one. They are going to rug pull the retail sector yet again, and we need to be aware of this, and we need to prepare. The best way to do that is when we're seeing the ETF drama brewing everywhere, and everyone's talking about how this ETF could send Bitcoin to $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. Make sure that you are getting your profits. Make sure that you are securing your wealth. And when somebody's messaging you that you know is not in crypto, and they're saying, hey, did you see that Blackrock's about to launch an ETF? Or, hey, do you know that this ETF is about to get approved and apparently send Bitcoin here? Get out. Again, it's so repetitive at this current moment in time that it's so predictable on what's going to happen. But outside of this, guys, I just talked about this announcement from Medico. This was on December 4th. And I quote it, even the HSBC announcement. Well, guess what? We got another one today. This is insane. We worked with our partner IBM to help build Hyper Protect Offline Signing Orchestrator, the OSO, a new technology to deploy cold storage for digital assets, which addresses the requirements of top-tier banks and financial institutions. Now, what's crazy about this, before I even jump into the deep end, look at how many players in this space are working with IBM. We know Stellar's tapped in. We also know that Hedera has been tapped in since 2021. They were actually working with Hedera on a few things. Permission networks forming private ledgers are a great way to securely share information between a set of known and participating entities. Together, IBM and Hedera want to formalize this overall model. And again, they've already been tapped in heavily on this. They do mention a few other things around CBDCs. They also talk about even HOLA systems and things like that that we're also building on Hedera at that time. IBM was really looking into Hedera during that time, and they still are tapped in. But also, we know that IBM and Casper also have been working together on AI systems together with Brave AI, but also outside of that, interoperability, realizing an interoperable blockchain with Casper Labs and IBM. This was also a big one, and this is just recently from May 24th, 2022. So as we actually look at what's happening here, IBM is streamlining enterprise and institutional grade adoption of blockchain DLT, you name it. But also, IBM and Quant, going back to October 9th, just recently, pioneering the future of blockchain interoperability. Yet again, as we look into this, and by the way, this was actually written by Tokenizer over on futurecitizen.news. This is a great outlook on what's been happening with IBM and a lot of these major players with, of course, like Quant, for an example, Casper, and we even see XLM being mentioned here. We also even see HBAR mentioned here, and now we can even note Ripple with Medico. So huge shout out to Tokenizer for that. Again, it just really kind of sums up all of the major workings here that IBM is really kind of entrenched within, and how tied to this blockchain future they really are. But now let's look into this. So IBM announces new cold storage solution for digital assets. Now, we just talked about how institutions are ready. This proves what's happening here. Institutions are going to be custodian leaders. Today, IBM is announcing IBM Hyper Protect Offline Signing Orchestrator, OSO, a new technology to help deploy cold storage solutions for digital assets and the latest addition to its confidential computing portfolio. OSO is designed to address limitations of current cold storage offerings for digital assets, including the need for people to perform manual procedures for the execution of a cold storage transaction. It helps protect high-value transactions by offering additional security layers, including disconnected network operations, time-based security, and electronic transaction approval by multiple stakeholders. It also provides a policy engine that brokers communication between two different applications that have been designed not to communicate directly with each other for security purposes, providing an efficient and secureable solution to facilitate digital asset transactions. This is actually very big. And again, Medico is tapped in heavily here, and we actually see a direct quote here. As a provider of institutional grade custody infrastructure that is trusted by some of the largest global custodians and banks, it is our responsibility to deliver cutting edge digital asset security to our clients. IBM's confidential computing division has been a reliable partner throughout the years, and we are pleased to complement Medico's catalog of institutional cold storage solutions with the unique air-gapped cold storage that OSO enables, especially as cold storage requirements are increasingly being stipulated by regulators in markets such as Singapore, Hong Kong, and Japan. Again, this proves how big this market is going to become. Tokenization is being highlighted here as well. We expect the tokenization of global illiquid assets to grow as a business opportunity in the coming years. With the continued progression of the industry, there is a need for a more mature solution for cold storage that will support this market growth. Again, remember what I've talked about with Ledger, with DCENT Wallet, with all of the cold storage providers. Right now, that is probably our last major opportunity to cold storage our crypto and make sure that we are the ones in control, because I do believe that very, very soon, with regulations and things like that, I believe that this is going to be the future of cold storage. And all of this is pertaining to institutions and major banks being the custodian players. So make sure that you do have a cold storage device now. Make sure that you are ahead of the curve, because I do think that at some point in time in the future, we very well might not actually have them anymore. But we also see over here, tokenization, the future of asset ownership beyond ETFs and REITs. This was back in September of this year. This was posted by Medico. And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because I want to go through a story here. There's multiple headlines here that I want to go over. The first one is this one, tokenization, right? They were addressing tokenization here. They were actually talking about programmability, transparency, price discovery, accessibility and inclusion. They addressed how the future is going to be tokenized here. And now we're seeing the infrastructure being built out on this. That's why we are seeing major update after major update. And please note the actual dates on this. This was September 22nd. Fast forward to October 11th, navigating the Asia Pacific digital asset regulatory landscape. This is with the Monetary Authority of Singapore. Again, yes to digital asset innovation, no to cryptocurrency speculation. The overarching tone, and not just in digital assets, but more generally, is very collaborative, where regulators recognize the need to balance risk management, consumer protection, and innovation and growth. Again, preparing and getting ready to regulate the space, have the custodian players in place, making sure everything is aligned perfectly, and then guess what? All at once, we're going to see massive adoption of this technology. Everything is being implemented in order to accommodate for the new future that's coming. How emerging tokenized deposit services will transform global commerce. This was on October 20th. They even talk about the true utility of digital assets to reduce friction and boost efficiency, not their speculative gains. They do address CBDCs here. They even address JPM coin and even Cities coin. Again, with a lot of these major coins that are coming out from banks, there will be a ton of opportunity here to have settlement between all of these major coins, because it's crucial to note that. But again, as we look at Medico, we see at the bottom here that Medico provides mission-critical infrastructure and expert services in 20 jurisdictions across 5 continents, supporting strategic projects seeking to provide a host of benefits to clients, including greater convenience, lower cost, and broader investment opportunities. When such projects are eventually linked, those benefits will expand to catalyzing global trade and investment too. Again, all of this talking about blockchain technology, how it will transform global economies, the entire system. And then, of course, we do see a lot of major players tapping in. First off, we've already talked about HSBC. We've talked about the expansion recently with Zodiac Custody. But then also, back in November 3rd, Medico Harmonized underpins DZ Bank's digital asset custody solution. This is Germany's largest banking groups, one of them, that was looking into Medico for digital asset custody. This is for institutional clients, really kind of tapping into digital assets heavily. Like I said, this is a big deal. And, you know, as we look at this is only going to continue to become a much larger trend. It's crazy to me that people don't realize what's happening here. Like, the big players are in, and they have been in for a while. They are getting ready. Over here, 6 key tenets of institutional digital asset custody, November 7th. Again, talking about the tokenized future, a $16 trillion opportunity by 2030, which it could very well be much larger. Then they talk about security measures, specialized technology infrastructure. They talk about regulatory compliance. Again, as we look at everything that they are focused on here, Medico is at the forefront of institutional grade custody solutions. What's crazy is that Ripple owns Medico. Whenever we see what's happening with Medico, we could tie it right back to Ripple. Opportunity knocking, banks as digital asset custodians, they are already planning it. This is going to happen. And I've said it a million times, right? The normie investor is not going to custody their crypto on a ledger, because most of them don't understand how it works. They don't understand, you know, the whole UI of it. That's why we are going to start to see banks and financial institutions tapped in to realize mass adoption of this. Brazil Crypto Report, a blueprint for adoption and regulation of crypto assets. This was November 16th. Beyond this, we also just seen this. How DLT is transforming institutional investing landscape. A recap from DA Week Singapore, November 23rd. They've already seen how institutional investing and adoption, well, it's now the big trend, and a shift has started. The financial markets and tokenization in the historical context of adaptation. And here is where we start to see many banks being mentioned. Yet again, they even talk about the status of institutional adoption. We do see that it has progressed significantly, though it is not fully realized just yet. But what we will see is over the course of the next couple months, things are going to start to move very fast on that front. And we even see some of the players that were at this Digital Assets Week Singapore. We see DBS Bank there, Medico, Tokeny, Global Cap, but then on the left side there you have State Street. State Street is a massive giant, which we've talked about many times in the past. But here we have the role of regulatory standards. What's crazy is down here. He stressed the importance of such standards for achieving the necessary critical mass and participation in a $700 trillion industry. And this is talking about ISO 20022. It's talking about regulations, compliance, how blockchain is going to change the financial markets. What's crazy is what's going to be happening around crypto over the course of the next few years. This is why I talk about crypto the way I talk about it on a daily basis. It's because as we look at what DLT and blockchain is doing, it's playing a vital role in our entire system. We're seeing things moving very fast in the background. And last but not least, November 30th, just a few days ago, this is like a week ago, navigating the future of digital asset custody. This was again from that DA week in London. Remember, it all starts in London. This is where they were talking about the custodial landscape. They talk about the recent partnership with HSBC and DZ Bank and how this was to serve as a powerful testament to the proactive and collaborative environment shaping the tokenization space. The appetite is growing among traditional banks to adapt to the emerging reality of digital assets. And guess what? Medico is at the forefront of this. They are a key infrastructure player. And again, this only solidifies Ripple's goal to be that infrastructure layer around the institutional side of things. All in one umbrella where we see liquidity being tapped in, line of credit, payments, cross-border payments, everything that they want under all one umbrella. This is absolutely insane. Medico is moving so fast, which technically is Ripple, and Ripple has also been moving very fast outside of Medico. XRP, we see the XRP ledger experiencing tremendous growth, which we will be addressing very soon. In my opinion, this space is waking up in a very big way. We might have pullbacks along the way. Make sure that you are watching the altcoins that you want for major pullbacks and discounts, because like I said, I do believe that we will see them, but things are getting very exciting around crypto right now. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.